Hey everybody, I'm Irelin. On Twitch, I am Fatman Isaac TV. I've decided to make this video because I see a lot of people contemplating on buying a better graphics card, a better CPU, doing all this and that to get better quality on top of their streams while playing Warzone. Keep in mind, this video I'm making is just if you're streaming and playing Warzone on the same computer and you're using Streamlabs. There's some things that I found out while doing benchmark testing and stuff for Warzone, and I think you guys will find it interesting. All right, I decided to make this video because we all look at the benchmarks, type of graphics cards that we want. We see them doing the testings, everything on low, everything on ultra, and I feel like it's not the full truth behind the video, because when you watch those videos, you see those testers dropping into plunder, running in open areas of the map where nobody is going to be around, and they're not getting into gunfights, they're not sprinting, diving, sliding, shooting like how we would normally do in a game. They're just in an open area running. And this video that I'm making, I'm gonna be dropping into plunder, playing like how we would normally play, show you guys the FPS and the RAM usage of how we would normally play, and I think you guys will find it interesting. Alright. One thing that I like to state is I've ran these settings across multiple combinations of processors and graphics cards, and I've never dropped a frame. But one thing that's in common between all of those setups is that I've always had 32 gigabytes of RAM. And apparently Warzone is a very resource hungry game. So if you're dropping frames and everything, these settings will help. But also mainly I feel one thing that is a must do to upgrade your system is to make sure you have at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, let's get into the settings. Okay everybody, so step one is you open up your Streamlabs and you come to the settings tab. When you get here, you click on output, make sure you switch the output mode to advanced, and then you come down to the encoder. By default, it will be the software 264. What you want to do is you switch it to the hardware NVIC new. That puts it from your CPU, which some reason, no matter which CPU I had, I found it kind of hard to run. So I switched it to the hardware NVIC new, which switches it to the GPU, and I've never dropped a frame since. You switch the control rate to CBR, which is the controlled bitrate. Switch the bitrate to 4500, and the keyframe intervals, you switch it to 2. By default, it'll be 0, but for some reason, I found out that 2 works the best. And your preset would be quality and a profile on high. Alright, now we're getting to the game settings for Warzone. These are the absolute best settings that I have found. I did quite a amount of studying and everything into what all the graphic settings are, and putting it to these settings have minimum impact on top of your GPU. So you will get practically the same FPS from using these settings to putting everything on low and disabled. In this video, I will show you the difference in FPS and the difference of quality between the two. Alright, here's the settings. As you guys can see, I have a 3080 Ti, and like I said, I've ran this on these settings on multiple different graphics cards, and my settings for these have never changed. So I play on 1440p. But let's get into the details and everything. The stream quality, you want to have it on low. This doesn't really affect the game as much as I thought it would. The texture resolution, this adds a big difference between how the game looks and everything, to where when you look at things in a distance, it'll be kind of blocky and untextured and all of that. So low and very low, it uses very minimum of your GPU, and on normal it only adds roughly about 3% usage of your GPU, which isn't gonna really affect the game. And texture filter anisotropic, you set it on high. If you look at the VRAM usage, it doesn't use anything at all, so there's no reason to have it on low or normal. Just put that baby on high. The particle quality, same thing. It really only affects multiplayer. It doesn't really have any effect in Warzone between whatever you use, so just run it on high so you have a better quality of it. Bullet impacts and sprays, the sprays are nice, but the bullet impacts, you can't really see it unless you're within 20 meters of it, so I just leave that as disabled. Tessellation, this is an interesting one because they actually disabled tessellation in Warzone. It works in multiplayer, but in Warzone it's actually disabled. On-demand texture streaming, you want to leave this as disabled because you don't really want anything downloading while you're playing, because you want to have the best connection that you can have. Shadow map resolution, you can run it on low and normal. It doesn't do anything to your graphics card. Auto dark spaces, it doesn't look real good. When you have it on high, it adds roughly a 2% usage onto your graphics card, and it's not really that much. It catch spot shadows and suns. It just makes it to where it already has it on your hard drive, and it takes it from your hard drive instead of having to render it into the game already. So this speeds up your frame rendering, so you have a better load time and everything. Particle lighting, this one was a hard one to notice, but I run it on high because it makes the explosions and everything look more nice. It doesn't really do anything to your GPU, as you can see. Putting it on all of that, and my VRAM usage didn't go up. Ray tracing might come as a surprise, but ray tracing in Warzone and multiplayer is actually disabled. Ray tracing is more so for campaign mode, so just leave that as disabled. If you have it enabled, you're just adding stuff onto your graphics card for nothing. Ambient occlusion, I found out it really doesn't do anything, so just put that as disabled. Screen space reflection, nobody runs around looking at reflections in the water or in the glass, so why even have that on? And I like my game to look very nice, so I use the Filmic SMAA2. It just makes the game look a whole lot nicer. And then everybody already does this: field of depth, world motion blur, and weapon motion blur all turned off. Alright, so now that I've showed you the settings, we'll jump into some gameplay and I'll show you the VRAM usage and the FPS.
Plunder. Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. Alright, soldier, mark a drop point for your team. soldier incoming. Enemy soldier incoming. Extraction is standing by. Marking LZ for pickup. Enemy dropping into the AO. 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 Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy dropping into the AO. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Incoming. Take it down and secure the cash. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy
Leave them
dropping
the
into
fuck
the
alone.
AO.
I will drive us.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Jackal to control.
Watch the skies.
Time to march.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Dropping into the AR. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Soldier incoming.
I could not let you leave.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I am good to go. Back to the fight.
Enemy soldier incoming.
This is not how it ends. I will not fail.
All right, everybody, you just seen my settings for Streamlabs and for Warzone. So as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys notice the difference, but to me, on everything on low, I just don't like the way the game looks and feels. Versus my settings, there's really no frame rate loss. And also, I don't know if you guys seen it, but on top of the RAM usage, it never did go down below 16 gigabytes. So that's why I strongly feel in order to stream and to play this game on the same PC, you need to have at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. All right, everybody, you guys could do me big favor. You guys to like the video and subscribe to me for future videos that I have upcoming. And I also do stream on Twitch on every Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Hawaii time. You guys to do me a favor and drop me a follow over there. All right, everybody. Peace out.